This week, the center of the political world is a ruby-red congressional district in Tennessee, the type of place where Democrats would ordinarily never have a chance. Both President Trump and the GOP congressman who recently resigned coasted to victory in Tennessee's 7th district, which encompasses parts of Nashville and wide swaths of rural areas. But suddenly, with less than 48 hours to go, both parties have poured millions in the final stretch, with Republicans scrambling to avert an electoral disaster. Joining me now is the Democrat who hopes to flip this seat and narrow the GOP's razor-thin House majority, Tennessee State Representative Afton Bain. Representative Bain, thank you so much for being with me this morning. Really appreciate your time. As you know...
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. As you know, this is a district that is solidly red. Both Trump and GOP Congressman Mark Green wanted...
The biggest problem about this situation is that this was supposed to be a sleeper upset, but now it's very quickly elevated to national prominence, like the profile and the race itself. They won't say this on CNN, but DSA endorsed, and also anti-Israel
by about 22 points. But your record is pretty progressive. So is that really in line with the more conservative voters in your district?
Well, the reason this race is competitive is because the Washington Republican agenda of delivering an economy that works for everyone has not delivered. And I think it's hilarious that Republicans and their billionaire friends are trying to spend millions to save a seat that they should win without thinking. But if we flip this seat, it will send a national message that the Republican Party needs to get serious about lowering healthcare costs.
Before we dive into some of those...
Great way to reframe that for the conservative voters that might see this piece. Yeah, if you're a lifelong Republican, but you're mad at Trump right now for not delivering on the agenda, vote for me because it's a big message.
Aspects in your race. I do want to get your views on your party because there's been a debate since last year about the way forward in the party and the like, and voters still have a very low opinion of Democrats per many public polls. Even one recent poll showed that just 29% of Americans have a favorable view of Democrats. So what about your view about your party and your party's leaders, specifically about your party's leaders? Do you have confidence?
I hope she shits on the party here.
In your party's leaders?
Well, I've been running this race as a Democrat that cares about affordability, and I think that's what's going to win it for us. I think that there is a new generation of leadership in the party, and especially from the South, where we want to see Democratic leaders that step up, especially in moments like this that require a fearless, bold leadership, and that's what I'm offering the district, and I think it's resonating with voters.
If you had a chance to, would you vote for Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker?
We represent very different districts, and I've got 48 hours to flip a congressional district and really send a message to Washington, like I said, that they need to get serious about healthcare costs. Honestly, I haven't thought about it, but I want to say that I have been really grateful as someone who has organized in the South.
That sucks because she can't say no right now because he literally holds so much of the funding, which is why she has to do this diplomatic no, Like with Zoran, it's entirely different. I have more criticisms for Zoran, especially after he won, where he's defending Hakeem Jeffries. But for her, and I would go so far as to say Zoran didn't need this in the lead up either. If they were to ask Zoran do you think Hakeem Jeffries is a good leader? Zoran Mamdani actually criticized him quite a bit. And it's really beneficial for her to be able to do that openly. But the problem is, because of the given extraordinary amount of attention on this race now, she kind of is stuck because Hakeem Jeffries can't just pull back from funding her campaign all of a sudden.
Her entire life. I've been very grateful for the national support in this race. Tennessee is often a state that is overlooked and disinvested in, and to see national surrogates and national supporters providing monetary support and jumping in, it really means a lot to all of us. We welcome it all.
Yeah, speaking of that, because we are seeing both sides sending these big name surrogates in these final hours.
No, her district hates Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries is nationally deeply unpopular. The reason why she can't fucking shit on Hakeem Jeffries is because he holds power within the Democratic Party right now. It would be tremendously beneficial if Hakeem Jeffries was a smarter politician and a better leader. He would literally let her shit all over him. But the reason why she's giving this diplomatic answer is because there's uncertainty, clearly.
Hours before Tuesday, and tomorrow, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is holding a tele-rally for you. Are you in line with her ideologically?
Like I said, I think that there is a strain of the Democratic Party that cares about holding corporations accountable and lowering costs for working families. And my politics are in alignment of that. As a state legislator, I've worked to eliminate Tennessee's regressive grocery tax. As an organizer, I work to make healthcare more affordable in the state of Tennessee. And so I think those are the Democratic leaders and candidates that I really resonate with, are those that are trying to lower costs for working families.
Yeah, because Trump has been calling you, quote, the AOC of Tennessee. So, I mean, aren't you just feeding?
Yeah, AOC is another figure that probably isn't very popular in Tennessee, but has like decent approval nationally, I would say, as opposed to other high-profile Democrats who have really low approval ratings. I mean, the Democrats like AOC in Tennessee, but her district is not just Democrats, you know?
Into that narrative by appearing with her?
Like I said, we're really grateful for the support across the political spectrum. And if you and for your listeners, the Teletown Hall also features former Vice President Al Gore, who is a Tennessee legend. So I look at it as iconic that you have Democrats from all political stripes joining in on this moment and saying, we are standing up to what is happening in Washington, and we want to be part of the solution rather than the problem.
Yeah, because some of those you are campaigning with, including AOC, have called for ICE to be abolished. You have been sharply critical of the.
Oh my God, Mono! What are you doing? I can't tell if he's just trying to rap her. Fuck. Do these guys have one speed, bro? What the fuck is going on? He's literally, are you working for the RNC rapid response team? What the fuck? Holy shit. Hey, can you speak into the microphone clearly real quick to say that you love defunding ICE and fuck ICE? Don't you feel like ICE are brave soldiers working tirelessly to defend the American boundaries? Why do you hate crime and punishment? Or sorry, rather, why do you love crime and hate punishment?
ICE raids in Nashville, but do you think that ICE should be abolished?
Like I said, I've got 48 hours to flip this congressional district and have been.
Hey, can you make broad claims in your currently purplish district that's deep red? Can you just make some fucking wide swings here? Sin and Marxism. This answer should be easy yes with anyone with a soul. Yeah, it's a fucking plus 25 Trump district, man. Calm down, okay? Even if her answer is yes, you're trying to win a fucking election. Jesus Christ. The person that you're talking about literally cheered on disrupting ICE activity interstate. What do you mean? If you don't think that this is a real one, I don't know what to fucking tell you, you know? DSA endorsed, openly talked about disrupting ICE activity in her fucking neighborhood, celebrated that shit. And you're still like, no, obviously, if you have any good conscience in a fucking plus 25 Trump district that everyone is literally looking at is like, wow, I can't believe that I cannot fucking believe that this is even a point of contention. This is a competition at all. And you're over here being like, why isn't she saying that she wants to abolish the commodity form? Like, okay, I don't know. Maybe because she's trying to win a fucking election.
Dogged about the message of affordability. And that's not what I'm hearing in the district. What I'm hearing is people, especially rural voters, are driving 4 hours to a hospital without care. We've got veterans that are going without, care because the VA hasn't been fully funded. And so these aren't the issues that I'm hearing about in the district. What I am hearing about is that grocery costs are high. Utility bills are high, rent is high, and there's no kind of end in sight. And so my message has been one to lower costs, and I think it's resonating.
Yeah. She literally was on video saying bullying ICE officers is a major win, that they were able to successfully disrupt ICE operations
across the district, which is why this race is so close.
But you have been critical of the past on these ICE raids. Do you think all these ICE raids in Nashville should stop?
I mean, it's been hard. I'm in my district, I represent a Hispanic community, and I'm also a social worker. And so prior to that ICE incident, I was out knocking doors in my district, talking to Hispanic constituents who said that we are concerned about the overreach of our federal government. And so as a lawmaker, I represent 60,000 voters. As a congresswoman, I'll represent 400, 700,000 voters. And so I take into consideration the real issues that these voters and my constituents are living with. One of which is they don't want their federal government overreaching in their communities.
Some of your past tweets have gotten attention, including in 2020 when you posted then a deleted.
Manu! Shut the fuck up! Oh, brother! Oh my God. Man, what the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Yo, I swear to God, CNN is more adversarial to a fucking left flank upset than they are to like Randy Fine. And they literally would just sit there and act as though he's like a fucking normal person. Meanwhile, well, you have old tweets. Why did you post old tweet? Why would you post? What were you posting at peak woke? I think two reasons why CNN does this. One, because of Israel, obviously, like her position on Israel. And two, this once again is a major blow to the establishment Democrat narrative that Zoran's politics only works in New York City. New York City is not plus 25 Trump. The district that she is potentially going to win, inshallah, tomorrow, is all of a sudden DSA endorsements in Tennessee. If a DSA endorsed candidate in Tennessee that's anti-Israel fucking wins an impossible race like this, it's over. What can fucking Matt Iglesias write about? He literally has spent his entire life being like, this kind of politics only works in big cities. Think about Ezra Klein. What will Ezra Klein talk about? They're just going to call Nashville a big city? Yeah, except this is a part of Nashville alongside, this is a specifically crafted district that's supposed to be better for Republicans.
Then deleted a post that said, quote, good morning, especially to the 54% of Americans that believe burning down a police station is justified. Another, you appear to supportive of a demand to, quote, defund the police. Do you regret posting those comments?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. This dude. Fuck off. God damn, bro. CNN is so ass. Oh my God. I'm sorry. If you're supposed to be the liberal, impartial, unbiased news outlet and your line of questioning is identical to what Jesse Waters would ask, then maybe you're not impartial and unbiased.
Yeah, I said that during the George Floyd moment when the entire country was demanding accountability and safer policing. And what I've always believed is that communities need investment. They need investment to be safe. They need investment in mental health responders, first responders, and youth programs to reduce that crime. And, you know, I was a private citizen back then, and now I'm a lawmaker. Like I said, I represent 60,000 voters with diverse political opinions. And what I hear.
Yeah, then the next question is, so your opinion has changed on policing. Your opinion has evolved, so why did you say it?
Hear from families across the 7th District is that they want safe neighborhoods and they want to lower the cost of living, and that's where my priorities are.
So should you not have posted those?
Like I said, I'm a lawmaker now, and so...
Yeah, see, I called it. I knew exactly where he was going to go with that question. Bro, what the fuck is this piece of shit doing? It wasn't an interview, it was a hit job. My God, I wish you would just push Republicans as hard as you pushed her. What a bunch of dumbass questions. Do you think I should be abolished? Do you support AOC? She's trying to win a seat based on affordability, not this bullshit line of questioning. Why are you surprised at all? No. This goes beyond. I'm surprised because this is... Dude, I'm surprised because it's a fucking red seat. And even CNN, under previous standards, would not try to rat fuck a red seat race that's this close, that's this big of an upset chance at the last hour. The line of questioning, no, not old CNN, no, in general. Okay, you guys need to understand something, okay? Doing this to Zoran is different than doing this to Afton Bain. Because even if Zoran loses, in the eyes of CNN, it's still like Andrew Cuomo victory, whatever. Who cares? This is, if Afton Bain loses, the drama goes away, right? The drama goes away from their perspective if they only care about like propaganda purposes or if they only care about like the marketability of candidates and whatnot. This is a major upset. They're trying to put their hand on the scale and tilt it against Afton Bain, the underdog here. It goes beyond like, I mean, this is like aggressively ideological, I think.
Post things like that now and haven't because I've definitely matured. And I think that speaks to the moment as well that I've spent 10 years organizing in a state to ensure that communities are able to access investment for, community response and safety. And I'll do the same as the next Congresswoman for the 7th Congressional District.
I do want to ask you about an attack line from Republicans, because this is a comment you made in 2020 about Nashville. It's gotten a lot of attention in your race. Let's listen to this. lines.
Oh, come on. I mean, that last one is so stupid. That last one is so stupid. But you already ran the attack lines. I mean, I guess this is not that different. What the fuck's going on with Manu Raju, man? He just fucking despises this person. He's operating like this is an enemy.
I hate the city. I hate the bachelorettes. I hate the pedal taverns. I hate country music. I hate all of the things that make Nashville apparently an it city to the rest of the country, but I hate it.
I know you said those comments were taken out of context, but I want to ask you about it because I'm wondering, do you think it was a mistake to say that?
What? I know you said it's out of context. Do you think it's a mistake? No, what's the context? That's what you're supposed to ask. What's the context? Can you contextualize these statements? He jumped over that point to specifically be like, don't you think it was stupid that you said that? Don't you hate that you said that? Fuck you, Manu. Oh my God. CNN hasn't been sold yet. And this motherfucker is already moving like it has.
Once again, I was a private citizen. Nashville is my home. Do I roll my eyes at the bachelorette parties and the pedal taverns that are blocking my access to my house? Yeah, every Nashvilleian does. But this race has always been about something bigger. It's about families across Middle Tennessee that are getting crushed by rising prices, while Washington politicians and billionaires argue about this type of nonsense. And so once again, I've been steadfast and dogged in my message about addressing the affordability crisis in Tennessee. And like I said, the race is close because that is what I've been doing.
So this fall, after 43 days, the longest government shutdown in American history, just 6 Democrats voted with Republicans in the House to reopen the government. Virtually all.
You want to know what my actual criticism is? Here, controversial. Because I like her. I think she's solid. You want to know what the real criticism is here? She's not saying how, at least in these interviews. And that's very important because Zoran didn't just say, oh, I'm going to solve affordability. He actually said what he was going to do specifically. He went to the public. He figured out what are some areas of improvement that we can immediately get across. This is a major issue. I think a lot of Democrats heard that Zoran won on affordability and are running like that. Now, I will say there is a little bit of policy there, at least where she says, oh, healthcare is a major problem. Affordability around healthcare is a major problem. And what she is doing kind of feels like to me it almost sounds like she just read somebody else's homework and is just trying to recite it offhand. And I say this as someone who likes her, and I'm very excited for her to win. Now, you might say there wasn't a lot of time for this campaign to be initiated. There wasn't a lot of time for this campaign to be implemented where they could not have locked in and locked down. Hasan explaining opportunism without wanting to start a fight in chat. No, I'm first of all, if I thought she was an opportunist, I would say it. I like her. She's a social worker. Automatically, if you're gonna have a judge and they've done public defender work, I'm always going to like that. If you're going to have a politician who comes from a background of being a public school teacher, part of the union, or a social worker, I'm always going to like that. These are great jobs. These are exactly the type of jobs that you want politicians to have had prior, okay? Much better than a fucking lawyer, much better than a cop, much better than a veteran. No disrespect. But that's exactly what I like seeing. And I don't think that she is an opportunist in general. I'm simply stating that I think she had not a lot of time to put this shit together. And I'm sure they have policies, but I should be hearing some of them, especially when one of the best things that Zoran did. Public defender is a lawyer? No, look, I mean a prosecutor. I apologize. Public defender background is different than, the prosecutor side. Yeah, Zoran wouldn't just deflect on every attack to the real issue of affordability. As the Shatter is correctly pointing out, he would state exactly how he's going to solve a certain problem, right? Simply going back and doing judo to be like, well, I care about affordability, these guys don't, that's not going to be enough. And I think the faster Democrats identify that, the better it is. Now, this is actually quite simple for left flank candidates in general, because there are pre-existing issues that they can lean into, right? Medicare for all is a great example of this. Nah, she's messing to Republicans. No, I don't think that's the case, because what I'm talking about is not, the policies are not ideological, especially at a time when the Democratic Party refuses to identify themselves with these policies. It's actually quite beneficial for you to just say, no, this is what I'm about. I'm about, like, I don't know what her district looks like, so I can't speak on it, but like maybe there's a public transit issue, or maybe there's an issue with like housing that is specific to that locality, specific to that district. But identifying that and saying that that is going to be a key part of your policymaking, a key part of your agenda, is absolutely what you're supposed to be doing. And like I said, if you're already a left flank candidate, regardless, you could just say Medicare for all. That's easy. That's easy buckets. Okay. That's easy money. So just simply saying I care about affordability and then leaving it that will come across as hollow. You cannot lean into people's capacity to believe without giving them something to get excited by. I 100% agree with you. She doesn't need the policies. No, you're dumb. No, you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. I'm sorry. No. You want to win Republicans in a fucking plus 25 Republican district? It can't just be an anti-Trump pick. There is no reason to fucking rely on the anti-Trump pick in a plus 25 district. You're wrong. You have to sell. You have to sell why people should vote for you instead of the fucking pro-Trump person. Nah, I'm in Tennessee. You just don't understand the district. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't need to understand the district. I don't need to understand the district. This is what I talk about professionally every fucking day. What do you mean? Your argument is, well, this district is different. You don't understand Tennessee. They really hate Trump there. Okay, it doesn't matter. Adding policies onto that is not going to harm you. No, you have to stand for something. You have to tell people what you're going to give them, okay?